This is totally a subjective list as any list on YouTube, but I thought it would be fun to do a tone tier list for a very, and I mean very detailed about David Gilmour's every tone, and I mean a full career. Watch my Ultimate Pedalboard video, it's more than 1 hour tone guide on every tone ever. Alright, now I have 33 files here, 33 album covers and such. I tried to order them as best as I can. I think this is the correct order, and S being the best and D being the worst. Let's start with A Saucerful of Secrets, because that's the first album David Gilmour has been part of. I mean, that's nothing special. I'm gonna put this on C actually. Let There Be More Light, Corporal Clegg, A Saucerful of Secrets, obviously. It's just fuzz and delay. It's a little ear-scratching for me, and that's my opinion, of course. Atomart Mother. Well, it's a little tamed version of A Saucerful of Secrets, in my opinion, and there's a great gem section in the middle of Atomart Mother's suit. I'm gonna put this on B. It's almost the same. It's Fuzz Phase and Echo. Metal, on the other hand, is A for me, and not because of echoes, because of One of These Days. That great fuzz sound. David Gilmour used Ballou's guitar on Echoes' main solo, but the tone I love is that funky overdrive sound. It's not overdrive, it's fuzz, but it's, I mean, the guitar volume is down a little, maybe fuzz is down a little bit too, but that rhythm is awesome. And that's why it's A for me. Live at Pompeii, this is D for me. You hate me and you probably disliked this video already. I love Live at Pompeii. It's one of the greatest rock concerts ever, probably. But that fuzz sound is so ear-scratching, so it's like, it sounds like a mosquito. Well, it's just me, again, I'm the problem. I've heard a lot of great fuzz sounds from David Gilmour too, but Live at Pompeii is not one of them. Careful with That Axe Eugene here is amazing. David Gilmour plays an amazing solo here, but again, that solo is so blurry and very thin. Echoes here is probably one of the greatest recordings ever, but again, that tone is just too bright for me, not bright, thin. It needs a little bit meat on that, in my opinion. Obscured by Clouds, it's B for me, again, a little better than Atomart Mother's fuzz sounds. The title track is okay, When You're In is a little bit better. Childhood's End here has an amazing power boost sound. Free 4 is probably the best on this entire album. Maybe Childhood's End's a little bit better, I mean, I go between them. Mudman is, well, again, like Live at Pompeii, it's very thin, it's very ear-scratching. It's just B for me. There's a great bootleg, Brighton 1972. I have covered Any Color You Like from that particular concert. Univibe, but David Gilmour uses a Leslie there, it's very obvious. I mean, maybe it's because of the recording, but the fuzz sounds are not great. I'm gonna put this on C. Dark Side of the Moon. Now, I'm not a fuzz guy, but fuzz sounds here amazing. Especially that power boost rhythm sound on Time is one of my favorite overdrive sounds, along with Wish You Were Here, Shine On Crazy Diamonds. Of course, that Time solo is blurry, it's very much delayed, and it feels like the time is running away from you. That's a very clever way to use a fuzz phase and delay. Money has an amazing tone too. Any Color You Like has an amazing sound. All in all, it's an easy A. And the only reason this is not on S is David Gilmour's using his Ballou's guitar. That humbucker guitar on Money's third solo. I can't get that sound, that's why. Overall, it's a great fuzz sound, but that Breathe tone, oh my god. Breathe is the only reason I have a Univibe right there. Now, okay, the 1974 Wembley album. I think this is just the release of Dark Side of the Moon album on Wembley performance, but I'm talking about the whole Wembley performance. I mean the Shine On You Crazy Diamond, first Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Revving and Drooling, and You Gotta Be Crazy. All of them are amazing. This is easily S for me, one of the best sounds ever. Shine On You Crazy Diamond is full-on phaser and it sounds amazing. You Gotta Be Crazy has that color sound power boost and phaser at the same time. I'm a phaser guy, probably because of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, but that sounds amazing. And that slide solo from that first Shine On You Crazy Diamond is, oh my god. Fuzz is very balanced. Now that's the fuzz I'm looking for. Also, Raving and Drooling, which became Sheep in 1977 Animals album, has this great, clean but fat power boost sound. It's just magnificent, and this is easily S for me. Wish You Were Here. Now I'm gonna put this on S again, but Wish You Were Here and Welcome to the Machine doesn't have electric guitar on them. Well, not that much. But that Shine On You Crazy Diamond vocals overdrive is my all-time favorite overdrive sound ever. And Have a Cigar has this funky phaser sound that I love. I know it's not fair to put this on S and put Dark Side of the Moon on the A, but that's just Animals. I'm gonna put this on A after Dark Side of the Moon. Now this is an important one because around 1976 David Gilmour got his Yamaha rotating speaker and his Big Muff. So his whole rig changed. I mean, about a whole ring except for the power boost. That modulated dog solos, that midsection of Pigs with flanger. That's flanger. And that amazing outro on Sheep is just, I mean, I would put this on S, but that new remix version of Pigs, at least the Pigs solo is a little dead. I mean, it's a little lost in the mix. Maybe that's me or my headphones. I don't know. But that's why this is on A. 1977 In the Flesh tour. I'm gonna put this on A2, and actually the highest on the A tier. Every sound was very aggressive. Even the clean sounds. If you hear a song like Shine On You Crazy Diamond intro, it has a very aggressive sound on it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I want to hear the difference between the intro solo and the main solo on Shine On Crazy Diamond. That's just my opinion. I mean, there is no contrast between clean and overdrive sounds, not that much at least. Big Muff tones are rapping. Let's just listen to Oakland 1977 Pigs. I'm a phaser guy, but I love that flanger sound on some of the 1977 Shine On You Crazy Diamond Sid's theme performances. Anyway, it's just A, okay? Right here, of course, I gotta say that if you wanna learn sheep, pigs, dogs, all of them are done at my Patreon. And not just them, tons and tons more. We're finishing every Pink Floyd and David Gilmour song with tabs and backing tracks and spot-on tone guides with alternative pedals and everything. And you get to be in our private group chat too. This week we did Time Delicate Sound of Thunder version. You see, we're not only finishing studio albums, we're finishing live albums, rare ones, bootlegs, everything. Sorry for the shameless plug, but if you're even slightly interested in guitar, joining my Patreon and our community will be the best decision for you in 2025. Let's get back to the video now. Alright, David Gilmour's first solo album. I'm gonna put this on B. Maybe like so, you know? Maybe like so. I love this album. It's probably the best solo artist album. Rick Matus just joined us. Literally just joined us. I'm gonna welcome him after this video. Again, I love this album, but Big Muffs are very thin. I don't know why. Especially on Raise My Rent. That's a very thin, very... I don't know the right word, but it's not... I mean, it's not fat Big Muff sound. Same goes for There's No Way Out of Here too. It's a little, maybe it's Color Sound Power Boost too, I don't know. I tried on my pedalboard video. Just go have a listen and let's talk below. Also, I love that Color Sound Power Boost tone on Cry From The Strain. It's not as fat as Shine On You Crazy Diamond because it's, I mean, there are a lot of guitars there and everything. But, I mean, it's a little thin, but that's the nature of guitar. Some of you guys actually comment that I have thin sound on some of the pedals, pedal review videos, but that's raw sound. I'm not doing anything to the sound. We have no idea what the mixing process is on any of these David Gilmour or Pink Floyd albums. At least I don't, but most of David Gilmour's tones are right too. No Way has this amazing slide solo that I'm aching to cover, but I never left steel yet, I'm still looking. Overall, it's B for me. The Wall, 1979, it's again B for me, a high B. The Wall is mostly my favorite album, but it's so aggressive. There's not that much overdrive in it, maybe on one of my turns. And almost all of the Big Muff tones are very much processed. I mean, that Comfortably Numb tone is impossible to get with all that studio trickery. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's very processed. Like, again, I mean, for lack of a better word. Even on Thin Ice, it's a little different sound than Big Muff. I mean, some clean sound is there too. It's because of the mixing. Overall, it doesn't feel that much real. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Well, it's not the word I'm looking for. It's the best explanation I can do. I mean, with my crappy English. The Wall live show, Is There Anybody Out There, is on B again after The Wall, in my opinion. It's too modulated, and I mean too much. I mean, that Mother, that Comfortable Numb is just very blurry. I love the clean sounds, that flanger and rotary together sounds, I love them. But when you hear the original recording, I mean at least the Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, that compressed, clean sound is all you need. Overall, it's great, but it's nowhere near Wembley in my opinion. The final cut. I'm gonna put this on A, and you know why I'm putting this on A? Because it's raw. I mean, I can hear the Big Muff sound. That Not Now John tone is great. That final cut tone is great. I mean, it's not that great of a Big Muff tone, but it's real. It's just raw Big Muff sound, and it's a Big Muff going into an amp. That's it. Maybe a delay too. And sometimes a little rotary. And maybe a flanger too sometimes. Still, the Big Muff is very in your face, right there. Of course, I'm being a little dramatic right now. I get that. But, I mean, this is the fun in that, alright? What else am I gonna talk if not this? About face and all that chorus bullshit. I'm gonna put this on D, low D. I personally don't like this album that much. It's got great tracks on it and Murder is amazing. Especially that 1984 Murder performance is amazing. I covered it and it was one of my best tones ever. But this is the year Gilmour started using chorus, and I don't like chorus that much. It's the worst effect ever. Also, if you like boring videos like this, watch my effect pedal tier list too. There are a lot of great tracks around this time too. I mean, Paul McCartney's No More Lonely Night is great. That actually Gilmour uses flanger and chorus together there, but that guitar tone is amazing, guitar solo is amazing. It's cool, but it's not enough, you know, it's still D. A Momentary Lapse of Reasons, easy A for me, even higher than maybe Animal, no, not that much. I love this album, it's not my favorite for sure, but there are some bangers there. Yet Another Movie, Sorrow, Terminal Frost, Learning to Fly, On the Turning Away, they all have amazing guitar tones, especially on Sorrow and On the Turning Away. Big Muff is screaming, it's just beautiful. You can really hear the pain, you know? Let's just put this here. And Delicate Sound of Thunder. I'm gonna put this on B, low B. Maybe here or so. This was actually D for me, but that 2019 remix version of Delicate Sound of Thunder just sounded a lot better. First mix was very bad, just very bad in my opinion. I don't like that sound one bit. Muffs are very chorusy and weird, but the remixed version has these great sharp Big Muff sounds, especially on Time, Money, probably Terminal Frost too. I don't think I need to talk about On the Turning Away performance, it's just easily top 10 David Gilmour solo. Watch my cover and you'll see my tone, and my cover is just perfect too. And learn that song on my Patreon. Now, Venice, Nebworth, I mean, late 80s, early 90s, it's just C for me. It's even worse than Delicate Sound of Thunder. I just don't like it, it's just personal, like I said. Probably my least favorite Floyd era. Gilmour was using chorus heavily, and I mean heavily. He also started using Procorat too, on I Put a Spell on You. It's a clean Procorat sound, but it's chorus and Procorat. And there's this one On the Turning Away performance. It's full-on Procorat, and it's a very clean sound. Not my taste. I mean, I don't think I've listened to Venice or Nebworth fully. That's me, of course. The Division Bell, I'm gonna put this on B, right here. I was never into Tube Driver that much. I mean, I love it, but not as much as Color Sound Power Boost. My lighting is terrible, by the way. Keep Talking here is great, by the way. Very good Big Muff sound. It's very clean and harsh. What Do You Want From Me has Procorat. Probably, at least I've gotten close with Procorat. Clean tones are great, especially on Coming Back to Life intro. Very compressed, but with EMGs it sounds amazing. Wearing the Inside Out has probably the best sound in the entire album. Marooned is perfectly mixed, and watch my Marooned cover. Aha, we get to the pulse. Now, I'm gonna put this here or something like that. Yeah, I think this is okay. Well, maybe like this. Yeah. I love dark sounds and I love rotary, not chorus. And pulse tones are dark, I mean darker than most Gilmour sounds. Especially the 2019 remixed version. Big Muff tones like Money and Sorrow especially. Oh my god, what a sound. Comfortably Numb here is probably the best guitar solo in the entire universe. Watch my cover too. But that Comfortably Numb solo in particular is a little smooth. Alright? Because of its darkness, it's got a little smoother sound too. You wanna hear Comfortably Numb like very sharp, like Live at Pompeii 2016 version or studio version. Also, I love bootlegs around 1994, especially Pasadena. Ames has great tone on it. Very wet modulated sound, but rotary wet, not chorus wet. That's what I like. Alright, David Gilmour's 2002, acoustic show. I'm gonna put this on B, maybe like so. I mean, nothing special, it was a small venue anyway. There's a great Shine On You Crazy Diamond slide solo there. I think it's G2, I'm not sure, but I think it sounds like G2. It's a ripping sound. Gilmour uses greats mostly with Tube Driver, and that's it. The Strat Pack, I'm gonna put this on B, but low B. There's only 3 songs on it, and Sorrow is amazing there. Coming Back to Life has a great clean sound. It's just pure clean. Not much to talk about. Gilmour uses Tube Drivers, and I think on Sorrow he's using G2, Pete Cornish G2. I covered that version on my pedalboard video. I suggest you check it out. I used G2 clone there, and I think it was almost spot on. The Greatest Reunion Live At, I'm gonna put this on B2 again, right here or so. It's just G2 sound. Again, David Gilmour was using Pete Cornish G2 a lot. Very dark sounds, by the way. That Comfortably Numb and Money performance is just very, very dark. I like it, but it's nothing special. Now, On an Island, I'm gonna put this on C. I mean, I love this album. It's probably my favorite solo artist album. But tones are very... I don't know the right word, but it sounds like weak. It's not that gainy, it's not smooth or dark or bright. It's just weak. Castel Horizon, I always pronounce this wrong, has a very woody sound, woody neck sound. On an Island is just weak, I mean, it's just got lost in the mix. Take a Break sounds great. It's probably Tube Driver. This Heaven has the best sound in the entire album, in my opinion. I think David Gilmour used his P90 pickup Gibson there. It's a bit fat and you can hear the fullness of the guitar. Where We Start is another one. I mean, great track, but the cleans are very, a little dead, in my opinion. But Gdansk, on the other hand, is B, and I think it's somewhere here, or maybe even here. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here. I would put this on A and high A, but the Big Muffs sound a little muddy because David Gilmour is using Big Muff before overdrive. I mean, he's using Big Muff into overdrive, and it gets a little smooth sound, but it's very muddy too. Especially Gdansk Echoes has one of my favorite tones of all time. I personally think David Gilmour used Pete Cornish G2 there, but it sounds like he's using Big Muff into overdrive too. I mean, it sounds like a Big Muff too. Watch my full Gdansk Echoes cover. You are going to love from start to finish. And I gotta mention that amazing This Heaven performance on Gdansk. He's using neck pickup on Strat. Then I Close My Eyes is great too. But Comfortably Numb sounds a little, like I said, muddy. You know, especially on low notes. Even in the first strike, I mean, it goes a little, you know, money. There's another release around 2006. It's Royal Albert Hall's Remember That Night. This is C for me, a high C, but C nonetheless. This album sounds very close to the album sounds, actually, the guitar-wise at least. I mean, it suits the ambience perfectly, but I mean, tones are a little, you know, weak. I think Coming Back to Life here is just a winner, and you guys voted for that particular version, and I've covered it. I've did a tutorial on it on my Patreon. Other than Coming Back to Life, it's just nothing special. It's classic On an Island sound. Endless River, I'm gonna put this on somewhere here or so. It's B. As an album, I love this. It's very underrated in my opinion. People don't like it that much, but I mean, they don't have the patience to listen to the full album. But tones are very Division Bell, Tube Driver, Chorus, Rotary. I mean, that's it. Another Gilmour album. I'm gonna put this on C. I mean, I like this, but it's nothing special. Dancing Right in Front of Me has a great tone, but it's, I mean, slightly driven overdrive. That's it. Only amazing sound here is that In Any Tongue, first note, that solo, the first note. It's just, maybe it's pinch harmonic, maybe Gilmour's using Whammy to get that sound, I don't know. But it's just, I mean, throughout the solo, the tone is amazing. And I gotta say that Beauty has a great slide solo too. I mean, ripping, everything is perfect. But Live at Pompeii, on the other hand, is S for me, and I'm thinking here, but I don't think so. Okay, let's not go that far. Contrary to the Rattle That Luck album, this sound amazing. Every tone here is just perfectly tailored. Guitar is literally in your face. The clean sounds, that intro on Shine On You Crazy Diamond, that Coming Back to Life, they're just in your face, and that flanger sound on Run Like Hell too. Tube Driver really screams on that Face of Stone second solo. In Any Tongue and Sorrow, oh my god, just a pure big muff. Check out my tones and my covers. We did a tutorial on both of them. You are going to love it. Listening to Pulse is great, but playing these tracks on Live at Pompeii with a spot on tone that you can learn how to get on my Patreon, if you know what I mean. It's just raw power, you know? Another A is, for me, Hey Hey Rise Up sound. I mean, maybe it's even here. This is just one track, but it's, oh yeah, it's a what a sound. Nothing to say much, I gotta say. It's just Tube Driver, probably Tube Driver, and Rotary, and probably the best mixing. By the way, Sam Kelly just joined our community. I'm gonna welcome him after this video. It's very hard to get that sound, that Telecaster, that fat, greedy Telecaster sound without the right amp and speaker. It might even be a big muff. Maybe I don't think so, but it's very powerful Tube Driver sound. Gilmour's new album, Luck and Strange, I'm gonna put this on A and around here or so. Title track has the best overdrive sound I've heard since Shine On You Crazy Diamond, probably. It's Gretsch guitar, and David Gilmour is using Tube Driver and Rotary and a little delay, probably analog delay. Hyper Call is very much alive. That tone makes you want to dance too, literally. Scattered has this phenomenal Big Muff sound. I mean, it's just easy A. If you're interested in learning how to get them, just watch my pedalboard video. I guarantee you it's gonna give you a lot of information and it's gonna give you a lot of ideas. And last but not least, my Rome experience. I've watched David Gilmour at the front row, literally at the front row. I'm gonna put this on, of course, S. Just because I was there, you know? I'm pretty sure if I was at the front row of Wembley or at the front row of Gdansk, I would put it at the top of the S. But when I heard that Marooned and Sorrow, oh my god, it was just face melting. It was perfect. I highly recommend you watch my concert review and my concert footages too. Alright friends, hope you still like me. If you don't, just watch my other videos. They're very helpful. These are of course my opinion, and I've probably missed some of your favorite sounds. Let's talk below. I read everything. If you like these types of boring videos, watch this video. I'm reviewing David Gilmour's 2024 tour. I was right there at the front row. And watch this video if you want to see my tier list on Pink Floyd albums. Don't forget to learn almost every Pink Floyd and David Gilmour song on my Patreon, along with tabs and backing tracks and specific tone guides designed for you. Hope to see you guys again in the next video, and Happy New Year.